Before this story begins, turn off your lights and listen carefully, because what you're about to hear sounds fake, but it is. Someone was living in my house, and I didn't know. I never told anyone this story. Not fully, anyway. Because if someone spun it to me over a late-night drink, I'd laugh it off as insomnia-fueled paranoia or some urban legend ripped from Reddit. But it happened, every chilling detail. And it changed how I see locked doors, empty rooms, and the dark. My name's Alex. I'm 32, single, work in graphic design from home most days. I rented this third-floor apartment in a quiet brick building in the suburbs. Nothing fancy, but it was mine. One bedroom, a cramped kitchen with peeling linoleum, a living room that doubled as my office. Rent was cheap, neighbors kept to themselves, and the super was reliable. It felt safe, secure. Like a bubble against the world's chaos, that illusion shattered on a Tuesday night in late October. I remember the date because my inbox was flooded with deadlines, and I crashed early around 10:45 p.m. Brushed my teeth, double-checked the deadbolt, always did, habit from city living, flipped off the kitchen light and hit the sack. The apartment went silent, save for the distant hum of traffic. At 2:17 a.m., my eyes snapped open. No alarm, no nightmare, just awareness. That primal itch at the base of your skull, like you're not alone. I lay there, staring at the ceiling fan's lazy spin, heart picking up speed. The bedroom door was cracked open an inch, my doing, for airflow, and underneath it, a thin sliver of yellow light spilling into the hall, the kitchen light. I knew I'd turned it off. I'd stood there, hand on the switch, watching the bulb fade to black, but there it was, glowing like an accusation. I told myself it was nothing, a power surge, my brain playing tricks from stress. Still, I slid out of bed, feet cold on the hardwood, and crept to the door. Peered out, kitchen empty, fridge humming innocently. I flicked the switch down, darkness rushing back in. Back to bed, covers pulled tight. Sleep came fitfully after that. Wednesday was a grind. Coffee tasted bitter, my designs looked sloppy. I chalked it up to a bad night and pushed through. That evening I was extra vigilant. Lights off one by one, living room lamp, bathroom vanity, kitchen overhead. I even said aloud, "All good, Alex." No ghosts tonight. Locked the door, tested the knob. Bed by 11, 2:17 a.m. The light again, brighter this time, or maybe my eyes were adjusted to the dark. I froze under the sheets, pulse thundering in my ears. Don't move, I thought. Listen. The apartment was dead quiet, or was it a faint creak, not the building settling, slower, deliberate? Like weight shifting on the floorboards from the kitchen, my mind raced. Mouse, raccoon in the vents, but we were third floor, no vents under the sink. I held my breath, straining. There a soft thump muffled like a knee hitting tile, then silence. Minutes dragged, 20, 30, no more sounds. Dawn finally crept in, gray light through the blinds. I bolted up, checked the kitchen, light off, everything pristine. No paw prints, no mess. I laughed it off nervously over breakfast. You're losing it, man, but doubt lingered all day. I scoured the apartment, under furniture, behind the fridge. Nothing. Called the super. He grumbled about old wiring but promised to check. By night, paranoia won. I propped a chair under the bedroom doorknob, phone charged on the nightstand. Sleep. Barely. Thursday night, I went proactive. Borrowed my old phone from a drawer, cracked screen but camera worked fine. Propped it on the kitchen counter at 10 p.m., angled at the sink cabinet, fridge, and light switch. Hit record, full battery. Scientific proof, I muttered, feeling ridiculous. Door locked, chair braced, main bedroom light off. Drifted off around midnight, 2:17 a.m. Jolt awake, same as clockwork. The light strip under the door on, and that sound, slow, careful shuffles, fabric on linoleum, bare feet, heart slamming. I stayed put, feigning snores. Listened for an hour. Faint clinks, fridge door. A cabinet groaned, then nothing. Morning light hit, I stumbled out, chair still in place. Kitchen dark, phone untouched. Hands trembling, I grabbed it. Playback started mundane. Timestamp ticking, empty counter, shadows pooling. 2:16:59, 2:17:00. The switch clicked upward. No hand, no shadow, just on. Light bloomed harsh and sterile. I rewound, paused, impossible. Then, 17:45, the cabinet door under the sink eased open. Inch by inch, hinges whining softly, my stomach dropped. A hand emerged. Long fingers, nails chipped black, skin pale and grimy like it had been buried in dirt. Then an arm, bony elbow, a head, matted hair, hollow cheeks. A man, mid-40s maybe, unfolded from the cabinet like a spider from a crack. He was thin, too thin, clothes ragged, stained hoodie, jeans torn at the knees. He rose silently, back arched from confinement, and stretched. Craned his neck, listening, he padded to the fridge, pulled a jug of my orange juice, half empty from breakfast, gulped straight from the carton, wiped his mouth with a sleeve, paused, turned. Stared right at the phone, his eyes dark, unblinking, locked on the lens. A slow smile curled his lips, not manic, knowing. Like he'd spotted an old friend, he stepped closer, out of frame briefly. Kitchen empty, then the phone wobbled, bumped. His face exploded into view, inches from the lens. Stringy hair framing sunken eyes, breath fogging the glass. Lips moved in a rasp, you should have kept pretending to sleep. The video cut at 2:20 a.m. motion sensor timeout. I dropped the phone, bow rising. Rewatched 10 times, real, too real, who was he? How long under my sink, that cabinet was tiny, pipes, cleaner bottles, no room for a man. Yet there he was, panic mode, I didn't touch anything. Grabbed essentials, laptop, keys, wallet, left the door unlocked for cops. Called 911 from the parking lot, intruder, video proof. 2 officers arrived quick, skeptical at first, but the footage. They watched stone-faced, searched everywhere, cabinets empty, no scratches, vents clean, even the crawl space under the building. Nada could be edited, one said. Deepfake apps are everywhere, the other, or a squatter playing games will up patrols. They took my phone as evidence, gave me a case number. I didn't argue, blood pressure spiking, hands numb. Checked into a cheap motel with cash, no ID check. Curled up, door bolted, didn't sleep, Friday blurred. Emails to work, sick day, realtor alerts for new places. Found a studio across town, pricey but available. Signed lease sight unseen via app. By afternoon, movers packed the basics, no kitchen stuff. I oversaw from the lobby, never entering alone. Hauled my life out in boxes. New place was modern, keycard entry, cameras in halls, ground floor but gated. Felt like armor moved in that night. Collapsed on the air mattress, new locks double-checked. 2:17 a.m. came and went, nothing. Slept like the dead, Saturday morning, unpacking, buzz at the door, delivery. No, my old phone, bagged in evidence plastic. Cleared, the cop said over speaker. No prints, no matches, keep it off building property. Weird, but relief washed over. Plugged it in to transfer files. At 2:17 a.m. Sunday, yes, clockwork now, screen lit up, notification, new video file, anonymous, 1 minute, no sender, dread coiled tight, hit play, it was me. Last night sprawled on the air mattress in this new room, breathing steady, oblivious, camera angle high from the smoke detector, pan across the bare walls, my duffel unzipped. Then off-screen rustle, a shadow stretched long, footsteps soft. The thin man entered frame, same ragged clothes. He knelt by my bag, rifled through, socks, charger, a protein bar, pocketed it. Stood over me watching, tilted his head, whispered gravelly, this place is better. Video end. I screamed raw, guttural, fumbled for lights, checked every corner. Closets empty, windows sealed. Called cops again, he's here or was. They came, searched, smoke detector. Factory sealed, no lens, sir, that's impossible, delete it. I showed them gone. File vanished. Monday I quit my job remotely, drained savings for a flight, crashed with a cousin in another state. But the dreams, 2:17 a.m., that smile, whispers, checked my new phone obsessively. Nothing, weeks passed, settled into therapy, gaslit myself into semi-normalcy. Trauma hallucination, the doc said, rationalized, hacked phone, elaborate prank by a neighbor. Buried it then 3 months later, browsing rentals online. An ad popped, my old apartment, vacant again. Cheap, curiosity burned, drove back one gray afternoon, super let me in, identical. Kitchen light worked fine, cabinet spotless, no mods, but under the sink taped to a pipe my old protein bar wrapper. Unopened and scratched into the wood fresh, missed you at 2:17. I ran. Haven't looked back. Now wherever I am, hotel, relatives, couch, new city every month. I check cabinets, vents, smoke detectors, set alarms for 2:16, and at night I pretend to sleep deeply. Hoping he believes it. Sleep well tonight, or at least try, because he might be listening. If you enjoy real, chilling stories like this, make sure to like and subscribe.